Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus, and today I am going to be playing with a very exciting setup. So I have the Old Gold here, one of the oldest teams in the Butcher's Circus, played by my brother, 135J-Man. But we have a bit of an interesting setup on it. We have not one, but two SANITY'S Banes, which are not useless trinkets, but they definitely do leave something to be desired. Let's put it that way. So in terms of today's match, we're playing against Skin Pirate, and this is actually the second time I'm playing against them, because in the first time, literally like 30 seconds ago, we matched into each other, I went first and they surrendered. I'm not sure if they changed any trinkets or abilities, but they just surrendered, and this time they went first and they did not surrender, so I'm not sure if those two have anything to do with each other or not, but you know, so be it, it's perfectly okay. Now, in this situation, I will use command buffs. I did read the comments about yesterday's video about me going bellow without, you know, against lots of dodge, and then complaining about the RNG instead of dropping a command buff. That was definitely quite interesting of a decision by me, but I still think it was the right decision. But let's not get into that. Let's get into why I'm actually using the command buff this time, which is, you know, since I have to use Sanity's Bane, I don't really have space for accuracy trinkets. So this time I really need the accuracy buffs from the command to actually apply the stress here onto my opponent's side. So this trinket, why is it trash? Why is it F tier? Well, it's not the stats. The stats are actually pretty good, like 25 death blow dealt chance, 25% stun chance, you know, that's pretty nice. 15 damage, 10 accuracy, not too bad either. The problem is that it only works when characters are already afflicted, and if your opponent's characters are already afflicted, you should be winning the match, and really, winning a match with a stress team isn't after your opponent's characters get afflicted, it's before they get afflicted, like trying to survive up to that point and trying to make them go afflicted, not then, you know, using Sanity's Bane to win even harder. So this is like a win more card, which doesn't let you win more, it just lets you win more when you're already winning. Which, you know, I guess you can kind of call it a snowball effect, but it's not that great at snowballing. If it was amazing at snowballing, then maybe I would put it above an F tier, but still it only gives you like 25 death blow dealt chance, and you shouldn't really be looking for death blows with a stress team, but today I am sort of looking for death blows. I have Hanzeri and the Festering Vapors, so both of them combined should be able to get some things going here. Didn't I bellow? Jeez, I did bellow. Even with bellow and 30 prot, they still crit me for 29. God damn, leper moment. That was one massive chop. Okay, yeah, that hurt. That absolutely hurts. Well, I think there's really only one move left to do. Only one thing left to do here, which is to stun this musketeer. Make sure she doesn't shoot me down to this door. Because if she does, then the death blow will be swift right after it. There's actually a point in my opponent now going for a smite, because Zealous might not do enough damage here against the 30 prot. So I wonder if they're going to be going for it. Yes, they will. And they will be going for the smite, and boom, that's my mana arms down to 0. Now, I do have a guard. Do I want to guard, is the question. I mean, considering that they don't have a trinket to bypass the prot, I think guarding here would make a lot of sense. So what I will do is go for the Festering Vapors first, because I don't need to drop a regen just yet, it doesn't really matter. And then I'll go for the guard, and then they go first, and then they'll shoot me, and then I'll self-heal with the Houndmaster. Maybe I should have dropped the regen, but yeah, I'll just chill with this. I'm not gonna get a dodge, I don't think. Not with minus 20 dodge debuffs. Yeah, this man has been applying those debuffs. He doesn't have Eerie Eye, so I suppose it does make sense. Is he gonna go for the Demon's Pull? I misplayed Outward Zero. Let me be clear here. I should have dropped the regen. I don't know why I didn't. I didn't really think that far. I've been misplaying so much recently. Maybe that person really was right. I am not the shepherd doggy I used to be. I used to be better than this, but now I just misplay every now and then. Maybe I just don't take the circus quite as seriously. I don't get it. But I have to move back twice here. It's quite unfortunate, but I'm hoping that I survive to 55, and after that happens, I can regen and then maybe change the guard or something crazy like that. My opponent will be going for the aimed shot. Oh, I live. Never punished. Never freaking punished, so now I'm gonna drop the regen. Keep in mind that I do not go first, so I can't do that just yet. I am still guarding here. I am still guarding with Houndmaster, but I'm hoping that maybe I get a dodge now. And it's not their best death blow dealt chance, so maybe my opponent is the one misplaying now. Yeah, maybe it is them that is misplaying. Yeah, we changed the guard now. We changed the guard around onto the doggy this time, and now I have the regen here, so they're probably just gonna go for the man-at-arms. But that's fine, because at least they won't kill the doggy just yet. They're gonna go for a smite. Wow, only does 4 damage. They really needed that smite damage. The smite is really popping off. Let me be clear about that. Right now, I could go for yet another push on the leopard, but honestly, that's a bit daring. Let's go for the Crusader this time around. The reason I didn't go for the Crusader right at the start was because I feared the crit Holy Lance into my doggy. That would just be kind of GG. I prefer just, you know, eating gazelles or two with the damage debuffs. He's gonna go for the Holy Lance. Does he get it? He does not. Yeah, that was the best death blow chance they had, and they still missed it. Really, really unfortunate for my opponent. But now I get to just click and go for a Bellow debuff here. Maybe I should have used another command buff, but... Oh, maybe I should have used another command buff, but really getting those afflictions was what matters here. Oh, they get fearful. No, I'm gonna miss everything. Oh, wait, it's fine. Now my characters have the accuracy buffs from the SANITY'S BANE, right? The plus 10 accuracy, so now maybe the accuracy does come into play here. And look at this, my opponent has been taking a lot of damage from all the abilities that I've been using. Oh, 2 with the bug shot. Oh, that's so lovely. That's just so lovely. Should I click here now? Because he is guarding. Don't click yet, Shep. Don't click yet. Let's instead maybe go for the Festering Vapors and Cause an Affliction. Well, you're going afflicted. I don't need to do that just yet. I could go for another stun, but it's a chance that it doesn't work. But with this, it will work for sure. Because then she'll be afflicted, she'll have minus 15% stun resist, and things will be perfectly chill for me. The leper actually resisted a blight. What's this blight res? Oh, 25. Okay, it's not that bad. I always get a little bit thrown off because of his debuff resistance. I kind of think that he has the same blight resistance. I kind of confuse him with the man-at-arms sometimes. He actually goes fearful, which is absolutely atrocious for a leper. But he still does 14 crit with the heal. That's brutal. That is brutal. Well, you know what I can do here, right? I can click and change the guard. Can he do damage? With Demon's Pool, yeah, he can. I'd rather stay alive, honestly. Not gonna lie, as much as I'd love to drop a Hound's right now, and as much as it would destroy my opponent's team, I think just keeping my man-at-arms alive for one more turn and just changing the cards over and over again is probably a better play. So here's the deal, the team that I'm playing is really what I thought was the Butcher Circus meta for the longest time when I was just a beginner, because people would play damage teams kind of like this, where you have good damaging abilities and your team is honestly quite nice. You have like 3 healers, only 2 in this situation because my opponent didn't bring Rally to the Flame, but maybe they thought they wouldn't need it. But that's not the main point here. The main point is that they can't bypass the guards, and you really need to be able to bypass the guards against these pesky stress teams. That's why Houndmaster and Man-at-Arms teams were meta for so freaking long. People didn't have the mark trinkets on the Musketeer and the Arbalist, and even when they did, they didn't really know what they did, why they would use them, how they would use them, because you only unlock them by like level 46 on the prestige tree, I think. 46, 49, maybe 48, I'm not entirely sure. But the point is that those best trinkets take a long time to get to, and since they take so long, stress teams kind of just dominate. You can't really play a damage team until you either, get a shield breaker, or until you either like have some insane strategy with like Jester to bypass the guards, or you actually bring those bypass guard trinkets while the characters are marked, because otherwise these two are just going to be shifting guards over and over again, and with like just a regen, like literally one regen, is practically enough to destroy your entire game plan. So it is rough for my opponent, and here's what's gonna happen now. Now that your musketeer is actually at this floor, you know what I can do, right? I can go for the finish him, and it's gonna be a pretty decent chance of getting the kill. Really quite decent, actually. I'm gonna go for it. It's a 65, and boom, there's the death blow immediately. And look at this. I have 100 accuracy against all these characters because of the SANITY'S BANE, and because of the extra damage, I will not miss. I mean, yeah, I will not miss, quite unlikely to miss, but I will also not do 0 damage, for example, if I were afflicted myself. So in the stress versus stress situation, this trinket actually shines way more in stress versus stress, because basically both teams are guaranteed to go afflicted, so you'll get a value out of it. Both of them are going to go afflicted, but neither of them are going to lose characters before that happens. Oh, you know what I could do now for the final time? Change the card once more. Oh, my opponent must hate me so much for what I've done. I've been not a very good person, let me tell you that much. Oh, look what I can do now. I can just stun. Oh, and I have 2 more characters than you, and I can stun. You know what? I did a big mistake here. You should bring Blackjack on this doggy. And with the SANITY'S BANE, he's actually gonna have 125% stun chance with the Blackjack instead of the House Rush. That would be absolutely nutty, but I did not go for it. Oh, they're gonna go for my Abomination, are they? Well, once again, you have 3 characters, not for long I imagine, but you have 3 characters, I have 4, so I really don't see this going too well for my opponent. Of course they get masochistic when I'm at this store, but thankfully it doesn't make a difference. I just go for the self-heal here, and now you know that the SANITY'S BANE is here, and the thing is, even if they heal at this point, you can't really just heal against a team like this with your damage teams, because the Surf and Turf is just way too powerful. You can't heal against it. If you try healing, they're still gonna bring you down to this or to the OT, and then you just take on more stress. But you have to heal, or you just die to the 50% death blow. So which is it, Shep? How are you going to save yourself? Well, let's see in match number 2. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be showing this match, but I just want to show you the sheer insanity of what my opponent is playing. So for starters, there's a Hellion, a Leper, and the Flatulent. The Flatulent's in position 4, so it's a support Flatulent. You know, the Hellion exists. This is a very cursed team. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I'm not even sure what I should do here, but I guess I'm just gonna slam the Leper. So let's maybe see if that works and if my opponent surrenders immediately. Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. I mean, this, if you're crazy enough to play a team like this, you probably look at this and don't even surrender, right? Yeah, they don't surrender. They just think, oh, now I will move forward with the Leper. No, they're gonna revenge. They're gonna revenge in position 3. Oh my god, I thought they were gonna move forward into PBS to, you know, kind of just get back in place, but I have no idea. I have no idea what this is, but it is hilarious, actually. It is hilarious. The Highman has pistol shot and rotting trophy. Did you run out of stress trinkets? Maybe. They have the carnival mask here on the flagellum, so they probably ran out of stress trinkets. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were thinking with this, but it's so hilarious. Oh, and here come the Houndsberry crits. Oh, look at that juicy stress. It is so juicy. The Leopard takes a lot of stress as well. A little bit less because of that numbing instance, but yeah, having the Crimson Hook here along the SANITY'S BANE is probably the best move. You really want to get your opponent's characters afflicted, and in a team like the Old Gold, the best way of doing it is to transform, and also to do the Houndsberries, mostly the Houndsberries. I'm gonna go for the Pestering Papers, another crit, both of them on the same character, right? Jesus, poor Flatulent. The one time we don't bring on to the Valve solution. I mean, I highly doubt my opponent has gone to the Valve solution, but yeah, this one's gonna be a bit of a cakewalk, so let's skip along again. And there we go, my opponent surrenders shortly after. Their characters were already all going afflicted, and their offense really wasn't enough after just dropping a single guard. So let's move on to match number 3. And would you look at that, we're playing against Richtofen, the zombie killer, I imagine. This player has been playing on and on since the very start of the Butcher's Circus, and he pretty much only plays like 2 teams. So, you know, kind of interesting running only with 2 teams, but I used to think that maybe he was a bot. I'm not entirely sure, because running only with 2 teams, and it's kind of weird, but, you know, definitely not a bot, definitely a human player that just wants what they have and sticks to it, right? So they're playing the stress team now. They always bring the flagellant, and it's either flagellant, crusader, jester, arbalist, I think, or it's this team. So, this stress team, this is Shep Stress number 4, or Silex Stress, because he's the one that like went undefeated in the tournament with it, the very first one that we've been doing recently. So they went for the immediate slam, and I'm in position 3. Not the end of the world, honestly. So I believe I will slam back at you, Buckaroo, and I'll push that flagellant to the back if I can. So let's go for it. Do I get to 60 is the question. I do, thankfully. Okay, that's a huge help. That means I'm not going to get punished. So in this situation, because now we're actually playing against a pretty decent meta team, will I be better off having the SANITY'S BANE and you know, both SANITY'S BANE compared to not having it? I think kind of yes, because to kill this flagellant, I will need to get a death blow, and because getting him through stress is borderline impossible, so getting a death blow with these 2 characters might generally be the play here. So do I want to drop a command buff, or do I want to drop a bolster? Because there's a lot of stress coming my way right now. I did not get to go first, so maybe I can get away with not going for a command buff. I need to bolster. This is just way too much stress coming in. It's 16-16. It's just way too much. If I don't bolster here, I'm gonna be dead in 3 rounds. So I have to take just a tiny bit of a risk here and hope that my, you know, like 40 or so hit chances actually work. They have Rampart on their men-at-arms, probably for those pesky jesters, I'd imagine. I think I will go for the Hanser here first. Doesn't really matter too much, but let's go for it. 1 dodge. Okay, I'll live with it. 1 dodge is fine, I suppose. It's the most important character, so it doesn't really feel too good to have him dodge, but did he go for the Abyssal Artillery without a command buff into 55 dodge? No, he went into 45 because I dropped the bolster after. But that's still absolutely insane. But okay, we get a nice hit here. Good, good, very good. After this, we're definitely gonna drop the V-Smile. And V-Smile first or command first? I'm not entirely sure. I am not entirely sure. I'm very surprised they do that. I'd imagine they'd move to position 1 and then go for the bile. But I guess they just want to stun me here, which is a 75. This is really risky decision making by my opponent. I honestly don't like it. That I will just click the stun here. I genuinely would not play like that. I would just move the flagellant to position 1. I could slam again after that, but then I'd be putting myself out of bile range and going for another 60 while also staying in transformation, so that would not be a good move. And if I went for the abomination, it would be a 35 of getting the push, and you know, still the same problems from transformed and now in position 1, so really bad idea. The bad thing that would happen is that I would get to Beast's bile and they would have to bile into my bile, but it would still be very beneficial for them because I have 2 AoE characters, so the fact that they don't do that is honestly astonishing in this situation. But you know, I guess people just love stunning by abomination. It almost always works too, even when it shouldn't, even when it's a risky chance. They still go for it and they still get it, but you know what can I do about it, right? Well, that's even more stress coming in. They still haven't dropped the command buff, but I did get 1 dodge, so, you know, I'm just clinging to my dodge chance, hoping that it will work. Oh, that's a very nice crit. That's a very nice crit. That's why you dropped the command buff. If you're wondering why I didn't just command buff immediately started this round, because, you know, first you click the stun character, then you command buff, because if you don't, okay, now they move to position 1. If you don't, then you're just gonna lose out on 1 turn of command buff on your abomination, which really isn't too smart. So let's go for another Festering Vapors. I can't miss here, so that's pretty nice overall. And I'm doing way more DOT than they are so far. Of course, the flash one's just gonna you know, go for the Exsanguinate, and that's gonna be annoying. Please don't get another crit. Okay, thankfully not another crit, but keeps hitting somehow, even with the crazy amount of dodge I have here. So right now there's two ideas. I either go for Bile, or I click here to get rid of the, I mean, to not get rid of the stress, but to kind of like just waste all that stress. Both of them are fine, but I will prefer to do this and go for the Bile, just in case they want to go for the Exsanguinate immediately. It would be a bad move for them to go for the Exsanguinate immediately, but I want to get the Bile out before that happens, because Exsanguinate on the mana drops, not too likely to bleed, should probably be okay. Please don't hit the Bile. Please don't hit the Bile. I have 25 dodge. This guy has had command buff, I mean, has not used command buff for 3 rounds and still hit my doggy with literally every single ability. And now I'm in a terrible spot because of it. It really sucks to be me. It really freaking sucks to be me. Okay. In this spot I will go for the Bell here because I want to keep my finisher abilities ready. If my opponent wants to be insanely greedy and not go for the heal, which they definitely won't, then I'll be ready to punish them on the spot. So, you know, with 2 finisher characters. Of course, they're probably gonna do 0 damage knowing my luck, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Okay, Flatulent, who's he gonna Exsanguinate? Into the Repast. He's gonna Exsanguinate. He's gonna Exsanguinate into the Repast, please! I did 0 damage! Oh my god! I only have 2 value debuffs. Where did my transformation buff go? Oh, I got stunned. I do 0 damage with the Repast, but that's still so unlucky. That's so unfortunate. Oh my god. Okay. I click here, I go Afflicted. Let's go for the Houndsary first. I'm wasting a bit of... Okay, thank you for the crit heal, I guess, but that's definitely not the play there, but, you know, so be it. I'm already going afflicted from how this match is going. I'm getting a little bit hopeless, just like the doggy here. Of course the Abomination goes masochistic. I mean, maybe to move forward. Nah, of course, not to move forward. He might move forward himself though, but I would imagine he's gonna go Transform Rage on the doggy. Well, I do have to regen, but of course they get to go first, because there's no justice in this world, and they can punish me a little bit harder than I can punish them. I do have to regen, but you know, since they go first, then you know, what can I do about it? I can go for the Festering Vapors here. I get a nice crit on the Occultist. Wait, did I? Where did I crit? Oh, I crit the Flagellant. Yeah, you don't even notice it because he's a Flagellant. So just what can I do, right? But so be it. So be it, I suppose. We're gonna go for the kill with their Abomination. Are they gonna go for a Bile or for a Manacles? Or just another Rage? No, they're gonna go for the Manacles, I imagine. I don't imagine you go for a Bile here. No, they will go for the Bile. They decide to just eat the Repast for a little bit and just get the death blow. So, you know, just misplay your way into a victory because you have a Flagellant and I don't. That's pretty much the idea here, honestly, I'll have to say. Now with my doggy gone, to the first 25% death blow chance, it is essentially over because I asked a few dear Anon, how do I kill this Flagellant? So let's go through a little bit of a thought experiment. My Abomination is dropping down to 0 because the Exsanguinate, so you can pretty much take him out of the equation. The Man-at-Arms is useless against the Flagellant, so take him out of the equation, and the only character that I have left to kill the Flagellant is my Antiquarian. However, she's eating pretty much 100's worth of stress in terms of horror, so that's gonna be very fun to deal with. All that I can hope for is that he somehow goes afflicted, somehow, some way, and then he just does an act out instead of going for a heal, and I just punish him immediately with the Festering Vapors or something of the likes. That's literally the one thing I can do here. 40 stress. 40 stress. I will transform Slam. Yeah, I have to go for this. I know I'm eating a Repulse, but I mean, there's nothing else for me to do. If I take cover here, I'm just losing a little bit faster than I am if I do this. I need chaos on my side. I need my opponent to drop the Death Star. I need their afflictions to make them do something stupid, and then just punish them by getting the immediate Festering Vapors, Death Blows, or something like that. That's what I need. Okay, I'm gonna transform now. And I could try... What did I go? Irrational. Ooh, nice. I could go for a push there or a push there. If I push there, I get repulsed. Which sucks. Definitely sucks. If I push here and heal his stress and then I don't get the affliction, which sucks more. As much as I love to push him, I want to get him afflicted. Do I get to 50-50? No, they get to 25, but I don't get to 50-50. Hooray! Hip hip hooray for RNG. Maybe it turns around though. The Flagellant can now do anything silly. Anything silly would mean like, you know, a reclaim on the Abomination right now? Yeah, that would be a bit silly. He goes for a self-hit, gives himself clarity. But still not quite at this door. Fortunately or unfortunately, probably fortunately for me. Look at this. Exsanguinate, 85 accuracy by the way. Yeah, he went for an Exsanguinate against 15 dodge as well, let's keep that in mind. Without using command buffs, and this time he wasn't even at death's door, so he didn't even get the 5 accuracy. And he still got the 65% bleed chance. It's just outrageous. How? Look at this thing happen. Okay, considering my opponent now has literally 0 dodge, I will not be using more command buffs, even though I'm fearful and, you know, I will probably be dropping to Death's Door sometime soon. I will not use more command buffs. I'm hoping that the Sanity's Bane will give me enough accuracy to just live on that. Okay, Are you dead if you click? I don't imagine you are. Oh no, you are. No, he's not taking enough DOT. Damn it. If I go for the Festering Vapors, he will though. Oh, these Festering Vapors is gonna be huge. It is gonna be huge. Okay, a little bit of stress. All this Festering Vapors is gonna be huge. Who's he gonna heal? What's he gonna do? Or is he gonna go for her? He is. What Festering Vapors, Shep? What Festering Vapors, I ask of you? Oh my god. I should have guarded, maybe. Maybe I should have guarded. By the way, he was at Death's Door. He went for, yeah, at Death's Door and abusive. Sorry, he was at Death's Door and abusive and went for that, yeah. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Misplaying is not unfortunate, Shep. It's... okay. It's a misplay. Yeah, she's taking enough stress here. I can't go for Festering Vapors. What I can hope for is that the crit heals stress, but no, even then, too much. Okay, at least one heart attack and he's gone. Ooh, the extra stress. Maybe there's still hope. Maybe there's still hope. It's just so sad that she's gone because she's had over 40 dodge the entire duration of this match. My opponent hasn't used a single command buff, and yet they hit every single bit of artillery. But self-mark. But Shep, he has a Fleshbound Grimoire, right? Fleshbound Grimoire, 15 accuracy on 90. On 90, it's still trash amounts of accuracy. And look at this, all they have to do now is drop a punish. All they have to do now is drop a punish, and they've won the match. There's nothing I can do. Because I'm playing against the Flagellant, and this is why you don't play Old Gold. If you're on against the Flagellant stress team, you will quite literally always lose. But my opponent doesn't go for it. You know what? They don't even have to drop a punish. They don't even have to do it. Because I'm already dead to the horror. This is so outrageous. So outrageous. This character is so ridiculously broken. Just... yeah. And he's gone, and I'm still gonna lose. Yeah, I still got 3 kills on this, even with all the RNG, even with all the nonsense, and boom, I'm dead. I can't win anymore. The only way that I could possibly win is if he self-hits like 3 times in a row instead of going for an Exsanguinate and then like, I don't know, punishes the corpse or something like that. That's the only way I could win. Yeah, I go hopeless. I am hopeless right now, IRL. It's just such an unfortunate turn of events, isn't it? You know, even if I did guard there with the Festering Vapors, I'd be dead, you know, like 2 rounds after, because the horror was enough to kill me regardless, and there would still be a Bell most likely. I was still dead. There's no way for me to save myself there. So, would I still be able to kill the Flagellant? Very unlikely, honestly. Very unlikely, because I quite needed that Velo that I did. Instead of dropping the Defender, so, you know. Now here comes the punish. Self-hit doesn't even do 5 damage, does it? I don't imagine it does 5 damage. So, you know, really? Yep, yep, with the pass as well. With the pass, did my opponent do any meaningful act outs? I think the occultist did an abusive act out once for stress. I think that was literally the one act out they did. I don't recall the Abomination doing a single thing. The Man-at-Arms marked himself. Yeah, he marked himself, and that was literally it for act outs. I am complaining, but you know, I'll literally do the one thing I can do right now, because I will eventually die against this Flash, and he doesn't even do an act out. And he's gonna go for the 45, and that is the end of the Shepherd Dog, and the end of this video. So, you know, if you want to play Old Gold, if you want to play Kalashnikov Stress, if you want to play any stress team, honestly, that either doesn't have a flashlight, or doesn't have like Panic Darts, or Zealous Accusation, or those sorts of abilities, then just don't play them unless you ban a flagellant or something, or if you ban onto the absolution, if you're playing with your friends, or if you're playing in something a little bit more competitive, because honestly it's just not worth it. The chance that this happens and they just bring onto the absolution and just get a free win is way too big for this sort of team to be worthwhile, and that's really unfortunate, because these teams are so much fun. It really sucks that characters like this exist, honestly. I think it should be fixed. I didn't really fix it appropriately in my reworks, but it needs to stop being a free win card, because that's literally what it is right now. It would be fine to be advantageous. Already using the flashlight, even without this, is already massively advantageous, but with this it's just a bit too much. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.